Good morning, guys. Let's just wait for the others to join. Yeah, good morning, guys. So I think we should start. Can you guys hear me? Um, Hi, guys.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, all right. So yeah, you're welcome to today's class, which is DNS103, Psychology of Color. So yeah, let's start. So okay, sorry, 1 second. Okay, all right, all right. Okay, so yeah, psychology of color. So they said every color is associated with different emotions. So basically, what psychology of color is all about is helping designers make better decisions with choosing colors in their product. So because colors goes a long way, right? So if you use your colors right, then you end up with a very, very good design. And if you made a mistake with your color usage, it can actually ruin the whole design. So no matter how difficult the design was, or like how useful it is, if you use the wrong color, especially if the color has, like a bad meaning to the demographic of people that will use the product, then, it's absolutely ruin the product. So they said every color is associated with different emotions. So the use of color in design can affect emotions and mood of the people viewing the color palette. So yeah, of course. So color evoke emotions, right? So they said using colors wisely can improve user experience and increase desired behavior, including conversion rates in significant ways. So conversion rate is the rate at which users stay on your products, right? So the more conversion rates you have, the more users, that means the more users you have, and then obviously the more money you are going to make with the product, right? So then we have warm colors and we have cool colors. So warm colors include shades of red, orange and yellow. So those ones are like, they are with, those colors are actually like, they come with energy. So they said these colors are energetic and active, right? Once you see red, you see orange, you see yellow, that's like, giving a vibe of energy, right? So they are not cool at all. So they said red is associated with passion, love, and lust. So it can also be associated with warning and danger. Of course, if you see red, probably you are going somewhere and then or probably okay, you're in a house, right? So then you're walking and you came across like two doors. So then you see a red door and a green door. So most likely you are going to walk through the green door, right? Because red signifies probably danger, right? So they said, or even with anger, yeah. So hence the term seeing red. So red can have a physiological impact on people too. So including raising respiration and heart rates. Yeah. Even the color of the blood too is red. So it comes with energy, right? So then orange. So orange is energetic and positive. So it's associated with autumn leaves and seasonal transition. Can also make people think of change. So when you see orange, right, you think of change. Then orange is also associated with warning. So yeah, can you also use orange as warning? Probably take what's it called? Take your phone for example. So probably if your battery is going down, right? So by the time you see orange color on the battery, then definitely the level of your battery is going into is going very low. So then orange is associated with warnings, though less strongly than red. Then yellow. So yellow is considered the happiest hue in the color spectrum and is closely associated with sunshine and hope. So it can also be linked with caution and cowardice. So then that's for the warm colors. Then the cool colors. So includes shades of blue, green, and purple. When you see blue, you think of, trust, calmness, right? The sky is blue, the sea is blue, cool things. Then they said, generally speaking, cool colors are more calm and relaxed than warm colors, of course. So though specific hues can have different properties. So take blue, for example, say blue is calming and also represents honesty and loyalty. So hence its popularity is so sorry. So hence its popularity in so many corporate branding color schemes. So for example, probably okay, you are designing a product and then you want the user to take an action and you want them to trust that action. You might decide to like, go with a blue color, like, because the color is coming and trusting. So probably you might have been seeing it on some products. So it's also linked to peace and even spirituality. So that's for blue color. Then green color. Green can represent new beginnings and growth. So as well as nature, right? Greenery. So if you look around, if you look at nature, so you see green everywhere, right? Then it has some of the energizing property of yellow, while also carrying over some of the blue calming effects. So green is associated with affluence, money and stability, particularly in darker shades. Um, okay. Yeah. So then purple. So purple has purple has long been associated with luxury and royalty, but also with mystery and occult. So then another thing with purple is, back in the days, right, purple is very, very, like, it's not very common. So it takes people with power to, like, acquire the purple dye, right? So it's always, like, associated with people that has power, people that has money. So hence, royalty. So lighter purples, such as lavender, are more romantic and associated with spring. So then we also have the neutral colors. So we have warm colors, cool colors, now the neutral colors, which is black, white, gray, and brown, right? So they said neutral colors often take on characteristics of the other colors in a palette and can be used to reinforce those influences. So the basic neutral colors include black, white, gray, and brown. So black is elegant and sophisticated. So but can also be sad and representative of death and money. So some people also use black for power. So then white color is pure and innocent, right? When we see white things, we tend to think of innocent things, pure things, and often linked to cleanliness. Of course, white cleanliness. So although in some culture it can also be associated with death, like although this part of the world, so it's usually black that is associated with death, but surprisingly white too is associated with death in some cultures. So gray can be seen as sophisticated and powerful, but can also come across as boring if used the wrong way. So it's one of the most flexible neutrals, as it can be seen as warm or cool, so traditionally or modern. So that means you have to be careful when using gray. So then brown. So brown is solid and dependable and can be associated with nature, depending on the context in which it is used. So then, nature in the sense that the ground, right, is brown. So then another thing to take notes while considering color is cultural differences. So one area where designers need to be particularly careful in their work is considering cultural differences in color meaning. So for example, in most Western culture, white is associated with innocence and black is associated with death and money. But in other cultures, particularly China, Japan, Korea, and other Asian countries, white is associated with death and money. So you see a complete, like a total reverse of the meanings in color. So, and even bad luck. So imagine white is associated with bad luck. So I'd like to show you guys this picture that I have here. So I said colors by culture, right? So we have orange, brown, yellow, green, blue, purple, red, and black. So then this one here is for Western culture. So you can see it here. So this part of the world map. So they said red is, okay. This is a bit much. So probably I will just limit it to yellow, blue, and red. Then probably at your own leisure time, you might, because I will share the link to this file that I'm using. So at your own leisure time, you might, go through it. So for Western culture, right? So they said yellow is associated with happiness. So when you see yellow, you think of happy things, right? Then joy. And also yellow can be used for caution. So if you look at road signs, you tend to see yellow there. Okay. His voice is quite low. Guys, can you guys hear me clearly?
Yes, I can.
Okay, someone is saying my voice is quite low. Okay, probably it's your network. So you can leave and try and join back. Okay. So then blue, right, in Western culture. So is associated with depression. Then of course blue is associated with trust and calm, right? Then red. So love, danger, then action. So then for Far Eastern culture, so they said yellow is associated with masculinity. So sacred, right? Then royalty. So Far Eastern cultures, they use yellow for royalty. So then blue is associated with feminine, healing, and relaxation. Then red, prosperity, good fortune, then vitality. So then for Indian culture, see, if you look at for the Far Eastern culture too, so sacred is part of what yellow is associated with. Then the same thing here too for Indian culture. So yellow is associated with sacred, auspicious. Then blue, sports, strength. Then red, beauty, wealth, and power. So then for Middle Eastern culture, right? So yellow is associated with happiness, prosperity, then money. Then for blue, money again. You see, two colors can, depict the same thing, even for the same culture. So then heaven too. Blue is associated with heaven, then spirituality. And then red is associated with danger, caution, and evil. So then sorry, let me quickly check the chat. Okay. It is to share with us. Yes, I will share the material. Okay. So yeah, this is the color wheel. So the warm colors, then the cool colors, yellow, orange, which is the mixture of orange and yellow, right? The middle ground. Then orange, red, then red, orange, then red, purple. So these are warm, then these are cool colors. So then another thing that I want to talk about is the 60-30-10 rule. So the 60-30-10 rule is a popular color theory used by interior designers, fashion designers, so designers generally, graphic designers, to create a balanced and harmonious color scheme. So it's just there to like the 60-30-10 rule is just there to like make you balance your color usage, right? Because you don't want to like use too much color and then or use um less color for the other parts. So it's just there to like, make sure that you balance your this thing. So it's not that every design that you're doing, you'll be like checking, does it conform with, 60-30-10 rule? That would be difficult, right? But you can just check after you, but majorly for the for beginners, right? Because personally, by the time you designed for quite a while, you don't need to like, consider all those things. It's just there. So they said the rule states that a color scheme should consist of three colors in the following proportion. So the 60%, which is the dominant color, the 30%, which is the secondary color, and the 10%, which of the accent color. So an example here that I would like us to look at is this mobile app interface, right? So the 60% is the white part. It's taking 60%. Then the 30% is the blue part, right? Then the 10% is this orange, you know, orange part. So, but then this rule doesn't apply to just mobile apps, right? So basically all your designs. So even landing pages. So if you look at this landing page I have here, so the 60%, which is the white part, right? Then the 30%, this dark part, then the 10%, the pink part. So that's okay. So yeah, have the color. Yes. Okay. So yeah, I think that's everything I have here. So if you guys have questions, you can go ahead and unmute your mic and ask. Guys, questions? Can you have more than one color in a design? Of course, Charity can have more than one color in a design, right? So if you look at this one that I have here, you have white, you have blue, you have like orange, right? So yeah, you can have more than one colors in a design. But the thing is, be very careful with your color usage so that you don't, go and bombard your whole design with, colors. So you have to like, make use of it where necessary. So, but a very good way of, mastering this thing is, looking at what other designers have done, right? What senior designers are doing. So you feast your eyes with, if you feast your eyes with good design. So like what usually happens is, you start to think in that way. So by the time you start doing your own design, so you'll be like, okay, I remember the person, they not use too much color here, he did this and did that. So a very good way of, mastering this too is like going on probably dribble, Pinterest, right? So probably mobbing too. So go there, look at designs that people have done and look at the way they, manage their colors. So that will give you a lot of insights. So how many dominant color is permissible in a design? It really depends on what you are doing, right? But then be very careful with, using excess colors because like you don't want to like, bombard people with, too many dominant colors, right? So, but yeah, no matter how many colors you try to like use, one you see like, tend to use one above the others. So that one that you used above the other ones is the dominant. Okay. According to 60/30 rule, is it compulsory we make white take up 60% of the color? So really, no, it really depends on the type of product that you are doing. So considering like a what's it called now? Um, I've forgotten the name. Yeah, like a dark mode design, right? So you don't tend to use whites. Like it's rare for you to like see white unless probably on text in a dark mode design. So the black will like, or shades of black, right, will take the majority of the design. So it depends on what you are trying to like, build. And then some designs too, they like some people don't like using white. So you will see like the white will be like, gray, kind of like ash. So in fact, I have some of my friends that they will be like, don't use white, change it to like, gray or something. Like don't use pure white because, they say pure white tends to like, hurt the eye, like just like pure black. So we want to like avoid those two colors. So pure white and pure black, they tend to like, hurt the eye. So you can just tweak your white a little bit into like, ash. Okay, I saw somebody raising their hand. How's that? Are you there? Um, how's that? Are you still there? Or your question has been answered? Okay.
Hello, I've typed the question in the chat. Have
Okay,
you
all right.
seen my chat?
All right, I will see it. Okay, so the next question, the person said, but it's regarding a possible error in one of the task question. May I go on? Okay. Okay, number 7, right? Or which one are you talking about, Sam? So okay, for that, for question, from this example, I realized that 4 different colors were used. Black is also included. What percentage is given to black? For which one of the design? Is it this one that you're talking about? How's that?
Yes, the one that is shown on your screen. Yes, the one that is shown there. Yes, the one that is shown on your screen. Can
Okay.
you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Loud and clear. Okay. Yeah, you don't really tend to like measure percentage for all these ones because if you look at the black parts, it's text, right? So like all those ones are just their natural this thing. So you use like majority of the designs that you see, the text will always be in black unless probably you are trying to like call people's attention to the text. For example, this one here, which is orange color. So this is like a text button. So if you click on this, it will take you to another screen. So that's why the color is different. So but like black is like a general this thing. You use black text on white background. I hope that answers your
Okay,
question.
thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. So who wants to
Yes,
start, please?
you've done that. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So, who wants to start, please? Can you expatiate on 60-30-10 rule? Okay, Emmanuel. So basically, like 60-30-10 rule is just like to guide your color usage, right, on your designs. So like, for example, if you look at this app screen that I have, so the 60% of the color, which is the dominant color, is the white part. It takes up 60% of the design, right? Then the 30% is this blue part. Then the 10% is the orange part. So it's just there to like make sure that you are not using too much too much color, and you are not like by the time you use too much color, you tend to like destroy your design. So just basically to guide your color usage. How do we determine the dominance and secondary color for a product? So in terms of Elizabeth, I'm coming. Let me quickly answer this question. So in terms of your color usage on a product, right? So it depends on the brand colors now. So it's the brand colors that you consider. Yeah, dominant or secondary color for a product. Yeah, it's a brand color. So your brand color will be your primary color. Then probably if they have like another color, so that one can be the secondary color, right? Then obviously you have your neutral colors, which is black and white. Those ones are general. Then so in some situations too, the black color can be like the dominant color, the primary color rather. So like designing for a product, that's like a different scenario. So it depends on the brand colors of that particular brand. So dominance and brand primary color, no, they are like two different things. So the dominant color is just the one taking the majority of, like, it's the dominant, right? When you say dominant, dominated this thing. So primary color, secondary color, and tertiary color, those ones are they are different. Uh, okay, yeah, Elizabeth, you can go ahead and ask.
Okay, thank you. Good morning. Thank you for the lecture.
Yeah, no problem.
Um, so my question is quite related to the last person who asked the question, but so the essence of learning the psychology of color, I want to believe, is to guide our designs when we
Yeah,
design for uh products, right?
yeah.
Now, you mentioned that for to design for a product, and in determining, or maybe I didn't get you quite right, because
Okay.
you said there's a difference between the dominant color, and was it the brand color or something like that? Is that what you said?
Yeah, in terms of products. So products, they tend to like, brands, they have to have like brand color. So you see clients will tell you, okay, this is our brand color, like you get.
Yes, I do. So now this is the question. So for example, I
Mhm.
visited an app and I saw that it's a dark mode app, or I don't even want to say it's a dark, I can't even I don't I, let me see. Okay, so the interface is so dark, like the other colors there are just orange and a little bit of red. So And this particular app is a financial, app and all that. And now we just said black talks about, black connotes okay, connotes um mourning, all those bad things. But then we're going to financial app, and then we're seeing it in a dark mode, bearing in mind that the brand itself has, that black as part of his logo, like maybe the dominant color in their logo. I'm trying to construct my question very well now.
Okay.
How do we what's the word? How do we mix this
Two different things together.
okay, the psychology of what this color means to how people receive this particular app that is supposed to be a financial app that was supposed to feel safe with or safe in, designed in a dark mode? How do I relate to that, I as a user?
Okay. So
just
one
what
of
I'm
the
trying
things
to say.
Okay, so one of the things that black also denotes, if you remember, is power, right? So that can be a justification for the products. So like, when you see black, you see power, because different cultures tend to, like, interpret colors in different ways. Then there are some colors that are overlapping here and there, but different cultures tend to, like, interpret colors different ways, right? So, but really, it depends on what this thing wants, the client wants. So if they tell you, okay, black is our primary color, is our brand color, is our major this thing. So then, in that situation, you don't really, have a choice. Then when you consider fintech too, fintech is not really, like, so far this thing, the designs go along with each other. You don't really care too much about, the what the colors tend to, like, mean like that. So it's majorly about money, right? So they can use this thing. They can, if the client says, okay, black is our this thing, then you don't really have a choice. You have to, like, use black. So then dark mode websites too is, that's just the way they are, or dark mode design. That's the way they are. So you have the light this thing and you have the dark this thing. Some people prefer dark. They don't want to, like, see what's it called? White
Okay.
color everywhere. So, like, in that situation, it's the way it is. I don't know if that makes
I have
sense,
one more
or
question.
okay. All right.
Yes,
Go
it
ahead.
does, but I still have a question linking to that. So
Okay.
okay, so now it depends on the brand or the product. I mean
Yeah.
the company or the client.
Yeah. What
If
they
that's
want.
the case,
Mhm.
is there an international? Now we have in the design in your lecture, we've seen how that there's way certain cultures um interpret colors and all that.
Yeah.
Is there an international color interpretation that, okay, this color is perceived this way internationally, this color is perceived this way internationally, that is not necessarily um um culture centered? Because most of the apps or the interfaces that we build are not particularly for certain cultures. Some of them could be international, and so are there colors that are internationally accepted for certain things?
I can't really say for sure, because I've not really ventured into that aspect of, color, right? But then there are some colors that, like, generally, human psychology, we tend to, like, agree with them. So a perfect example of it is, the blue color, right? Everybody knows what an ocean is. Everybody can see the sky, right? Then, the blue color, it's like, trusting, calm, signifies calm, trust, right? So that could be, like, an internationally accepted, color that everybody can see in the same way. But I don't really know if there's, like, international standard of, for viewing colors, or, like, I can't really say for sure. But there are some colors that, people tend to agree with.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome. So okay, money, I've done that. Okay, Sam, how do you determine? Okay, I think I've answered that. Show the same product. And if I to make a dark mode version of the same product. So basically you just, dark mode, you change the white parts to like, shades of black, right? So you don't want to use the pure black because that would be harsh on the eye. So okay, what are we to do with number 7 from the assignment? So yeah, if there's an issue with a particular question, right? So just pick something. So like generally the question tends to like become a bonus question in the end. So don't worry about number 7. Just pick something and finish your assignment. So I thought product and brands are the same thing. Yeah, Demon Slayer. Yeah, a product, yeah. Brand, a company. I have another question, okay? Sam, go ahead. And if you want to like unmute your mic and talk, you can do that too.
All right. Thank you very much. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Good morning.
All right. Thanks for the answers. And from the dark mode answer you gave me, I believe it's to more like the opposite of the lighter mode of the product design, the color. I can just turn the darker outer side, more like the opposite of the colors I've used to the light. I will turn it to the black, like to the dark mode. I think that's what you meant. Take for instance, like the blue color we have here. If I'm to make the dark mode, I can just make the blue color the main dominant color for the dark mode, and then the white as the secondary, right?
For dark mode.
Yeah, like to just like it's like kind of the opposite of using the dark color for the used for the lighter mode. I can use it for the dark mode, and then the brighter color for the okay. I think I'm mixing it up. The white, the 60% dominant here, the 60% dominant light color, which is white.
Yeah,
I can turn it as the secondary color in the dark mode. Then the secondary color here, which is the blue color, I can turn it to the dominant color in dark mode, right? That's what you mean. I can.
So let me rephrase that. Let me rephrase
Okay.
that. So basically, in dark mode, this white part, becomes dark, right? So we change to like dark, so that's of course the idea behind dark mode is the white is what's in our eye. People tend to like some people tend to complain that okay, looking at white colors, especially at night, right? There's probably you are in a dark place and then you are looking directly into your phone screen. So that white is like, hurting the eye. Then I don't know if you've noticed too, like probably after a while, you start to like, feel some kind of like, pain or stress on your eye. So
Yeah.
That's the idea behind dark mode. So you are changing that white part, you're like, changing it to like a shade of dark. Then probably, if the color is saturated to like, you tend to like decrease the saturation of the color, right? So that it doesn't like, it doesn't shine bright. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if that makes sense. Like, that brightness.
I understand.
So you are reducing that brightness, basically.
Yeah. Okay. So the other question I actually intended to ask is that you made mention of the fact that we had to satisfy the client, those who give us the work to do, right? The clients, those who own the product. Exactly. Yesterday I was listening to a lecture online, a Coursera lecture, and then one of the things I learned was that we were told was that when we are designing the product, that there are two users, there are two people we are trying to please, but one is more important.
Yeah.
So they said one is the user, the other one is the end user. They said the users are like more like those who don't necessarily need it, but just to use it to achieve certain goal. So I don't know, and then the end users are those who actually use the product, who are using the product. So we're then to satisfy the end users. So the way I interpreted it from I believe the users are more like those who, like the clients, our clients, and then the end users are those who get to use the product. So from what you said, it's from what you said, it was like we should satisfy the demands of the brands of the clients to
Yeah,
when
you
we
are
are
starting.
creating the.
Okay, let me let you finish. Land. Let me let you
Okay,
know.
yeah, so to satisfy. So is it to, when it comes to this color psychology, I think it's also one of those things that makes up a very good design. So if we are to satisfy the needs of the client, not looking at the needs of the, because sometimes they say that even the client sometimes
No, it's
don't
not,
know.
it's not, wait, it's not that way. So you tend to like
Okay,
balance, because you tend to like balance it between this thing, what's it called, the clients and the end users. So you like
okay,
that's your job. You try to like strike a balance between it. So I've been in a situation whereby I was designing a website, right? So and the person was telling me, okay, this logo that is here, I want you to make it big so that whenever a user comes to the website like this, they will see that logo. I'm like, no, like this is the normal size of how a logo should be. So the person said no, no, and obviously he's the one that is going to pay me, right? So I was like, so I have to like balance it. Like I have to like inform the what's it called, the developers too. Like probably if he's hearing the same thing from two professionals, then you like submit to how it is at the end. So like your job is to like balance that should I say politics now in between the two these things, because
okay.
generally the clients wants to make more money, right? They want to make money. Basically most of the time what they care about is how the product will generate income for them, right? And then you as the designer, you have to like make sure the product is usable for the user, so that by the time users see the product as something that solves their problem, then they will like tend to stay on the product, which in turn will like yield more money for the clients. So we tend to like balance that thing between the two of them.
All right, thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, Elizabeth, go ahead.
Okay. Thank you again. So I just saw a question about product and a brand being either the same thing or not, and I wanted to expatiate on that because I believe that a product is what you want to sell. For example, the app,
Yeah.
and then the brand is how you want the users to perceive the product, or the image or the concept of the product. I think that's what the brand is, but I need you to expatiate on that, so to correct if I'm wrong, or to just explain further on that. Thank you.
Okay, so basically, no, the two is easy to like confuse, right? But the way me I see it, a product, right? Probably okay, a client comes to you and say, okay, we want you to like do this, do that for us. So you are building a product, right? And then, because like different people tend to like use it in between, but actually I've not actually checked it myself and try to like make make out the difference between the two. So probably I will like do more research and reach out to you guys on Slack channel. But like okay, so if you take for example now, some people say UI UX design, right? And then some people tend to like say UX UI. So like sometimes it means different things for different people. Then some people say, okay, you are designing a product. Then some people tend to like say, okay, you are designing for a brand. So, but yeah, I will do more research on it and let you guys know which is which.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Guys, any more questions? Questions, guys? Okay, sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Sorry, a second question. But if somebody has what's it called, has color blindness, is this a problem for the person as a designer? Because like in the screen that you showed here, you
Yeah.
said that the what's it called 10% color is orange, but I am seeing yellow. So I'm like, I have an issue with colors. So I'm saying like so if someone is slightly colorblind like myself, is that an issue for as a designer? Is that an issue?
Yeah, part of your job
Or
as a designer. Yeah, I understand you. I understand you. So, part of your job as a designer is to, like, make sure that your design is accessible to, like, a lot of people, which includes people with, color blindness, right? So,
yes.
but yeah, so you are seeing yellow. I'm seeing orange. So that
I'm
might be,
seeing yellow or orange. I don't really
sorry, come again.
like, to me it looks like yellow. It looks like yellow to me, but you said it was orange. So I'm like really confused. But it looks like I don't see any orange at all. I see just yellow. So I'm like, is that a problem? Because I have a problem with I think pinks and oranges, and orange and some greens and blue, like a teal, a little bit teal and like a turquoise. I have issues with those colors. So I'm like, I don't know if that's going to affect me as a designer because color is like my main issue.
Okay, so are you saying like you like have color blindness?
I have a slight color blind, slight. Like how you said this is orange. I have, like I said, issues with orange and yellows, orange and pinks, some blues and some greens. I have issues with that.
Okay, but you can make what's it called, distinction between the colors, right?
Sorry, this was a bit fuzzy. What did you say? Sorry, I didn't get that last part. Sorry.
I say you can make distinctions between the
Hello?
colors. Like you can separate the colors. Like if you see blue, you can know like, okay, this is blue. Then if you see like, red.
That's an obvious. That's an obvious. This is
So
obvious
you
blue. Yes.
you'll
If I'm
be
seeing like some like teals, wait,
yeah, you'll be fine now.
that blue that
You
has a bit
should
of green, so that's not a problem
that should be fine. I think
because I don't know.
you should be fine, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so
Then that's fine.
take for example, right? So this place that I'm moving at. So like
Yeah,
what
agree.
what color is this?
Agree. Sorry. That's to me, it's yellow. I'm seeing yellow. Okay, that's blue. You're on blue right now.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
That's blue, yes.
Yeah, you should be fine.
So that's not a major problem. Okay, that's not okay. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
you'll be
All right.
fine. You'll be fine. I think you need to get to okay, Elizabeth. No, like all this. So one thing is this, like this, what's it called? It's not exactly clear, right? So it's easy for people to, like, some people will say, okay, this is yellow, right? Like she said, and me, I'm seeing orange. So all these ones they are not, they are minor things. So so far you can make out, the major difference between, all the colors, you'll be fine. Yeah. So any more questions, guys? Hmm? Those color codes are not. Yeah, color codes are, they are difficult to, like, um keep in mind, right? So the ones that you can easily master is, like the ones with repeating values. So like take for example white. White is, FF, right? Then black is 000000. So, yeah, yeah, I do have an um additional material that okay, so okay, yeah. So I will bundle everything together and share it on the group, right? So I would like you guys to go through it too, you know. Then talking more about 60-30-10 rule, then um colors and color theory. Yeah. So just like, give you guys more this thing. Yeah. Another thing is, accessibility, right? When you're using color, because, imagine if, okay, take for example, you've designed what's it called? An input field, right? For people to like type probably, let's say, your email. So, and then the designer and the developer went ahead and probably the designer designed something that, okay, once you type a wrong, what's it called? A wrong email, then the error message is, just the, what's it called? The edges of the input field to like, change to red color. So someone with color blindness cannot see that. Basically, what you'll be looking at is black, right? So, which is why, designers tend to like, accompany that error message with, a writing at the bottom, like, okay, that is not a valid email, or like type a valid email, things like that. So these are things that, you like in like tend to like consider when using color too. So that your design will be accessible to a lot of people, even people with color blindness. Okay. Is someone talking? Can go ahead and ask if you have a question. So okay. So if there's no more question, guys, then I think we've come to the end of today's class. So yeah, I'll share the resources I'm talking about, including the one that I used there on the Slack channel. Then okay, yeah, then the brand and products. Yeah, I'll do my research on that one too and share it. Can we get a link of site or books or video where we can learn more about colors, please? Yeah, don't worry, it will be included in the this thing that we share. Yeah. So yeah, with that we've come to the end of today's live class. So yeah, thank you guys for attending. Bye guys.
Thank you
Yeah.
instead. Bye.
Yeah, bye. You're welcome. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Sazu, thank you. Yeah, bye guys.